Alright YouTube, what is going on? It's Hightower 5000 here today, bringing you my 1 to 99 crafting guide. In this video I'll be showing you the members methods to get 99 crafting the most efficiently, and also showing you some alternative methods. So we're just going to go ahead and get straight into it. From levels 1 to 7 you want to do bowstrings. They'll give you 15 XP per spin. To get level 7 you'll need to spin 44 flax. If you pick the flax to spin then you'll make around 245 GP per string if you choose to sell them on. If you buy the flax from the Grand Exchange then you'll still make a good profit of around 220 GP per string. The best location to go ahead and spin flax into string would be Lumbridge Castle. Bank on the top floor and then you just want to go to the floor below it into the king's bedroom to spin the flax, which I will show you now. So you want to start this method at Lumbridge Bank, and then from there you just want to head down one of the staircases and then go into the room, the king's bedroom, just beside it, the room to the south of that, and as you see there's a spinning wheel in the corner. Go ahead and click on that, select bowstring and then spin. Simple as that. Shouldn't take you too long to do an inventory, and to get to level 7 you don't have to do a lot of bowstrings at all. Shouldn't take you more than 5 or so minutes. So moving on now to gold bracelets. You want to do these from level 7 to 22. They give 25 XP per bracelet. To get to level 22 you'll need to craft 199 bracelets, which really isn't a lot, only about 8 inventories. Buying gold bars in the Grand Exchange you'll make around 125 GP profit per bracelet. If you decide to mine and then make the gold bars yourself you'll obviously make more money. Best location to do this is probably the Edgeville furnace if you've got access to it. It requires the completion of the Battle Easy task set, which isn't too difficult at all. If you don't have access to Edgeville one, then your best bet is probably using the Alcarid, as there is a bank and a furnace very close to each other. Remember, for this you will need a bracelet mold. You can add this to your tool belt however. So for this what you want to do is fill your inventory up with gold bars. Go to either Edgeville or Alcarid. Start off at the bank and then head towards the furnace. Once you arrive at the furnace, go up to gold bracelets, hit craft, and it's pretty AFK for the next about 50 seconds until you have to go back to the bank and just repeat until you get up to level 22. So now moving on to sapphire necklaces, which you want to do from levels 22 to 29. They'll give you 55 XP per necklace. To get to level 29 you'll need to craft 117 necklaces, which again isn't very much. Buying gold bars in the Grand Exchange you'll make a profit of around 150 GP per necklace. Obviously, as I've said before, mining and creating the gold bars yourself will make you even more money. Again, best location for this is the Edgeville furnace or using the Alcarid furnace. You'll need a necklace mold for this, which again you can add to your tool belt. So for sapphire necklaces, again you want to start off at Edgeville or at Alcarid in the bank. Fill up your inventory this time however with 14 gold bars and 14 cut sapphires or full sapphires. Then run along to the bank, make sure you have a necklace mold on you or on your tool belt, and then just go ahead and craft sapphire necklaces again. This method is a wee bit less AFK because it only takes about 20 seconds to do an inventory instead of 50, so at the bank a lot quicker, but mind you're only doing half the amount. So the next method we'll be doing is emerald necklaces from level 29 up to level 42. They give you 60 experience per necklace. To get to level 40 you'll need to craft 559 necklaces, which is a fair increase from the previous method. Buying gold bars in the Grand Exchange you'll make a profit of around 100 GP per necklace, so right now we're actually still in the profit area. Making gold bars yourself will make you more money obviously. Again, the best location for this is the Edgeville furnace or the Alcarid furnace. You also need a necklace mold for this, which hopefully by now you'll have on your tool belt. So doing emerald necklaces is pretty much the same. Start off at either Alcarid or Edgeville Bank. Go ahead and fill your inventory up with 14 gold bars, and this time 14 fully cut emeralds. Go ahead, make sure you have a necklace mold on your inventory or on your tool belt. Go ahead and go to the furnace. Go ahead and select emerald necklaces and away you go. Again, it'll take you about 20 seconds to do an inventory and just bank and repeat. Make sure you do have a preset probably set up for this now, just because it will help save time in the long run. So at this part of the guide, really it's up to you what you do now. The first 42 levels are really set in stone. You don't want to do anything else because that's the most profitable and the fastest XP. This is where it gets to the stage where it's really up to you. The fastest methods are now actually going to start to cost you a lot of money, and from here it really just goes downhill and becomes a very expensive skill. So it's really up to you what you choose to do. So from 42 at least up to 51 anyway, you probably want to do Ruby Bracelets. They'll give you 80 XP per bracelet. To get to level 51 you'll need to craft 831 bracelets. This is a vast amount, this is why using presets will help very much. And to get to level 54 you'll need to craft 1,317 bracelets. The XP rate for this method is around about 100k per hour at about 5 inventories every 3 minutes, inventory roughly every 38 seconds. However, currently per bracelet you lose just under 50 GP, so as you can see now, this is where we start to make a loss. This is very similar to the other methods we've been doing, so just use the edge fill or Alcarid furnaces. Again, very similarly, you just want to start off at edge fill or Alcarid bank. Go ahead and fill your inventory up with 14 gold bars and 14 rubies. Go ahead, click on the furnace, select the ruby bracelets and go ahead and craft. Take you about 20 seconds to do an inventory. Once you've done that, go back to the bank, hit your preset button and then repeat. So if you're not wanting to spend a lot of money on crafting, you're going to want to start doing a lot of urns. Urns aren't the fastest XP per hour, however they will make you a profit or in some cases break even. On the rare occasion they may make you a loss, but nothing like some of the other losses which you will inflict later on. The first urn I would recommend doing is from level 51 up to level 50, however you can continue on after this, still be strong cooking urns. They'll give you 35 XP for farming and 52.5 XP for firing per urn. In total that gives you 87.5 XP per urn. To get to level 58 you'll need to craft 1,286 urns. You can create about 450 urns per hour with presets, an hourly rate about 39 to 40k. Best location for this is either Elf City or using the Crafting Guild and using the Clan Bank. So for this method what you want to do is make your way to the Elf Bank that I'm at right now or head to the Clan Bank just south of Falador. Fill your inventory up with 28 soft clay. You then want to use the soft clay on the pottery wheel and select strong cooking urns. This will make the unfired strong cooking urns which we'll need to fire up, which we'll do in a second. This inventory will take you about 20 seconds to do, so it won't take you long to do at all. And then once you've done that you want to use the pottery oven just beside the pottery wheel. Go ahead and click on it and then you're going to go ahead and fire your strong cooking urns. And then with this all you would need to do is add a fire rune and that will be the urn in use. However, you don't want to do that, you want to be able to just sell them back without a rune. The next method that you could do is from level 58 to 62, again plus it's really up to you. Diamond Bracelets. They give 95 XP per bracelet. To get to level 62 you'll need to craft 1,151 bracelets. XP rates for this are around 130k per hour at 5 inventories every 3 minutes, again at inventory about every 38 to 40 seconds. Currently per bracelet you lose just over 50 GP, however that can fluctuate so you might want to check it before you do it. Best locations for this using the Edgeville Furnace or Alcarid. You want to bring a bracelet mold for this as well. So again, start off at Edgefill or Alcarid Bank. You'll start to see a pattern appearing here. Go ahead and fill up your inventory with 14 gold bars and 14 diamonds. Go ahead, go to the furnace, click on Diamond Bracelets and just repeat, wait 20 seconds, go back to the bank, hit your preset button and just repeat, simple as that. And this is really where the grinding begins to start. So the next method I'm going to talk about is Battlestaves. You can do a small 54 plus. There are 4 kinds of Battlestaves which you can see in this table here. Water, earth, fire and air, starting at levels 54, 58, 62 and 66. You can move on to a new one when you unlock it basically. Starting off with water, as you can see here all the information, I'm not going to go through it. I'm going to put a link down to the description below from where this table actually came from. This will update every single day so it'll be more accurate. This is just a screenshot from the day that I actually made this guide, which was on the 2nd of September 2015. It looks like a great method, doesn't it? But there's a major problem with this method, is that there's a limit to how many Battlestaves you can buy every 4 hours on the Grand Exchange, and that is 100, which is quite unfortunate. You can however buy a limited amount of extra staffs from Naf and Varrock. His staff shop, basically if you've done some of the Varrock achievement diaries, then go ahead and buy some extra off him. Doing the easy Varrock achievement diaries you get less. If you manage to complete the elite ones then you'll get more, so it all really depends, but it's not too much large amount per day. So if you are wanting to do this method, then it's highly recommend you stock up on Battlestaves. There's multiple ways of doing this, for example leaving offers in the Grand Exchange for maybe up to a week or so and buying a very large supply of Battlestaves. Also if you're in a friends chat, get people to buy them for you, or if you've got a group of friends, something like that, get other people to buy them, or if you can somehow get them off a black market, and that would be even better. So for this method you don't have to be at any certain location. What you want to do is fill your inventory up with 14 Battlestaves and then 14 of the kind of orb you're going to do. I'm doing air orbs for this example, but you can obviously do water, earth or fire. Go ahead, left click and add Battlestaff, the orb to the Battlestaff, and then just go ahead and craft. Won't take you very long to do this, only take you about 15 seconds to do an inventory. Very simple, this is why it sounds like such a great idea, and it is profitable as well. However, it's just getting the Battlestaves, that is the real problem. If you have a Source though, then this is a great method to train as much as you possibly can. So going back to the slower methods of crafting, from level 62 till either level 71, 75 or continuing on, if you have the patience, you can do Infernal Urns. It's a great method because it doesn't cost you any money, you break even right now anyway. Sometimes it's profitable, however it is very, very slow. Infernal Urns give 40 XP for forming and 60 XP for firing per urn. In total that gives 100 XP per urn. To get to level 71 you'll need to craft 4,807 urns, and to get to level 75 you'll need to craft 8,767 urns, which is a very large amount, but if you have the patience it's really worth doing. Again, you can create 450 urns per hour with presets, and the hourly rate for this one's about 45k. This method you break even, as I said right now. Sometimes it can be profitable, and on the very rare occasion it can be a few GP loss. Again, you want to set yourself up in Elf City or either using the crafting guild with the clan bank. So again, this is very similar to the strong cooking urns that I just showed you. What you want to do is fill your inventory up with soft clay. You want to make your way to the bank where I was in Elf City or to the clan bank site of Falador. You want to come ahead over to the pottery wheel, go to prayer urns, go to the infernal urn and go ahead and start moulding this. This will take about 15 seconds for your inventory to go ahead and create 14 of these infernal urns unfinished before we go ahead and fire them up in the pottery oven. Once your inventory is done, that was about 40 experience each, you want to go ahead and fire them in the pottery oven. Go ahead and do that, and for this you'll get 60 XP per time you do it. This will take a lot longer, this will take about double the time at about 40 seconds to do an inventory, so you can class this part I guess as AFK. Once you've done that, you want to head back to the bank, repeat again if you have a preset to make it faster, and just continue on with this method. So this is where things really start to get interesting. For level 71 plus, you can possibly do Dragonhide Armour. When you get this higher level, crafting is a great loss. That is just the bottom line, unless you do harps, which we'll talk about in a minute. Dragonhide Armour is an extremely, and I mean an extremely large loss. As you can see, the hourly loss here is absolutely mad. However, it's actually a great amount of XP per hour for crafting anyway. Crafting in general, as you can see with urns, is very slow. But if you're willing to go ahead and actually lose money, say for example you have unlimited money, then you'll get 99 crafting very fast actually. So this table here basically just outlines the crafting level you require, the experience per Dragonhide body you get, the experience per hour, the profit per experience, the profit per body, and the profit per hour. I should really not say profit, I should basically just say heavy loss there. So from 71, if you go ahead and do some blue Dragonhide body, then you're going to get 210 experience per body at an experience rate of 336k per hour, which if you compare that to the Infernal Urns we were doing, that was only like 45k an hour. So as you can see, it is a much faster method. However, as you can see, the loss is absolutely mad, and I've seen the losses worse. So I'll put again a link down to the description below to this up to date, and you can see how bad it is. However, it's always going to be a large loss. It's never going to be like, for example, after double XP weekend or something, the market's going to sort itself out. This is only a market dip. It's always like this. It's up to you if you do this method, really, if you do any of the Dragonhide. So say for example, you can do blue to up to 77 and move on to red. I would only really recommend this if you have a large amount of money or you're going for the level very fast. I did this for maybe a level or two, but I really didn't do it for too long because the loss for me was just too great. So what I did is I did this, I'm pretty sure, maybe around about the low 70s until I got to 75, and then I started going on to harps, which I'll talk about in a minute. So if you want to go ahead and create some Dragonhide bodies, then what you want to do is go ahead and get leather of the kind you're going to be using. I'm going to be using blue for this example. Just get yourself some blue dragon leather, 27 of these, and fill your final inventory spot up with leather. Make sure you have a thread on your tool belt. Go ahead and craft the blue leather. Go ahead and select needle, and then from there you want to go ahead and select blue d'hide body. Go ahead and craft them. Will only take about 15 seconds to do an inventory. Very fast though, as I said, and as you know, it is a very large loss. So a really AFK method from level 75, and this is the personal method I used actually while making YouTube videos. This is ideal for me, was playing the harp. Now playing the harp gives around 50k XP per hour, plus a small amount of construction XP as well. Give you about 7-8k construction XP, which is nice. However, this can be a wee bit more. It really depends on your crafting level, to be honest. You'll obviously start off getting less, but as your levels go up, you will get more crafting XP. When the Voice of CERN is activated, you'll get a 20% increase in that crafting and construction XP, so that raises up to even more, maybe at about 275k per hour. It is extremely AFK, as I've said. It costs nothing, so it's totally free, and compared to the other methods like Dehyde, I mean, this is very nice. And it also gives you harmonic dust, which can be used to add on to other items such as dragon hatchets to make crystal hatchets. This method, as I said, does require Plague's End, however, and the location of harp is in the Ithel district of the Elf City. So playing the harp is no real magic. All you do is come up to the harp and go ahead and tune the harp. As you sort of start to play, it'll sort of like land up getting out of tune, so every so often you want to click on it. Basically, if the harp gets out of tune by 50%, then you'll start to receive less XP and no harmonic dust. This is what you get from it, and this basically stacks up, and as I said, can be added to certain items to make them a little stronger. Now, this is located in the crafting area, the Ithel district of Elf City. This is where we're also doing our urn making. The great thing about this is very AFK, so you can do actually other stuff. When I was doing this method, I was always watching YouTube videos, making YouTube videos, or doing other stuff. This is why this made it great for me. Although it's very slow, it's very AFK, and that was just perfect. So the final method I'll be talking to you about is cutting gems. You can really do this from whenever you want. However, again, this is a very extreme loss. However, it is the fastest crafting XP in the game. I did this for actually the very end, the last 2 levels of my crafting, just because I wanted to get them out of the way. Unfortunately, I had the Enlightenment Aura as well, which gave me double XP for an hour every week, and that's why I thought it was worth it, because the loss wasn't as bad as it would have been. So looking at this table here, you can see all the levels which you start from. What I did was diamonds. We can actually start us at 43, so it is very low. And what you're going to be doing is buying a very large amount of uncuts, and then basically just making them into full gems. As you can see, for example, for diamonds, it is around about 430k per hour. When you times that by 2, for example, with the Enlightenment Urn, I was getting 860k per hour. So you can see why I did it. On double XP weekend, you might want to do something like this. However, as you can see, it's a 9 million loss per hour. So it is a mad loss, but it is a mad gain. So if you do have unlimited money, then go ahead and go for it. I'd recommend probably doing diamonds. So as I said, there's a 10k limit on the Grand Exchange of buying uncuts every 4 hours. So you can roughly cut about 4k gems per hour, give or take. Depends how fast you are and depends if you have presets. If you do land up actually managing to get through 10k gems in 4 hours, then you either get a friend to buy you more or just simply switch gem, as simple as that. So it's really up to you if you want to do this method. You can just leave the site totally, or you can go ahead and do it, lose a lot of money but gain some sick experience. For this, all you're doing is filling up your inventory with uncut gems, going ahead and cutting them, banking, hitting your preset button and just repeat. Simple as that. Takes about 20 seconds to do an inventory, so this is why you can do up to 4k an hour, and this is why the XP is so sick. So very simple to do, you can do it anywhere, it's just very expensive. So that's really all the different methods you can do for crafting. Those are the ones I would recommend anyway. It's up to you what you do really from 42 onwards, as I said. What I did was I basically did urns actually up to about level 75 with a combination of doing some jewellery, and then I ended up just harping it all the way to 99. However, that did take me an extremely long time, so it's really up to you. If you have the patience to do that, then go ahead and do that. If not, then probably going to lose a lot of money. So one thing before you go ahead and actually start training and click off this video, I just want to bring your attention to portable crafters. These are very, very useful, and they will actually save you a lot of money while crafting. Portable crafters, when using them, give you a 10% XP boost, which is very, very handy. Obviously can't use hearts with these though, and a 10% chance to save hides and clay when crafting, and a 5% chance to save a gem when cutting them, excluding onyx. So as you can basically tell, you'll actually end up saving quite a few hides or quite a few gems or that sort of stuff. So that's why these are very, very useful to use, and they will save you a fair amount of money. So I'd highly recommend using them when you can, because as we know, this is very expensive and you want to save all the money you can. If you're interested in finding out about these, you can go ahead and check out a Wikipedia link, which I'll put down below. Or if you want to find out where they are located, you can go ahead and buy them off the Grand Exchange, or you can use the French chat, just a simple word portables, and then basically in there, someone usually a rich person lands up buying a shit ton of them, and they'll just plant them down, so you don't actually have to buy them, you can just go along and use them, which makes it really, really ideal. Anyway, that's really going to be it for this 1-to-99 crafting guide. Hope this video's helped you out. Tell me what method you'll be doing to 99. Again, it's really up to you. You can either go very cheap, very slow, very expensive and very fast. I did a combination. What will you be doing? Good luck with your 99. My name is Hightower 5000 and I'm out. Adios.